guards to delay him. Thank you, Mahanu, who was head of our security. He ensured they tried to delay, and the next thing there was a procession to Bomas, and with this gentleman in the middle of that procession. That's how he got to Bomas. The rest, you know, and you saw. For me, that was divine intervention. Because he came home and he said, I saw somebody point a gun at me. And I think it was the security that pushed him down, and then they took him out. I tried to ring him when the fracas was taking place. Even before the fracas, we tried to reach him. We couldn't reach him because Rachel's friends were telling her, your father is being compromised. We hear he's delaying announcing the results. So when we tried to find out what is happening, we even called upon Sam Gituku. He happened to be airing Citizen Live. I asked him, I got his number, I called, I said, there's something happening at Bomas. Can you put it on air? And he said, I don't see anything happen. In less than a minute, he says, oh my God, I now can see what's happening. He says the only thing he could do for us was to refer us to some human rights institution, because there's nothing more he could do. But we thank him for whatever little that he did. So there was the fracas. I called in, I tried to reach him. I couldn't reach him. Eventually I got the aide to take the phone to anybody who was around him. The nearest person he found was Bishop Oginde. And I asked him, is my father alive? That's my husband alive? That's all I need to know. He said, yes, I can see he's alive. I say, you're a man of God, please speak the truth. He says, it is the truth. Your husband is alive. So that is how that day went. Of course, there's so much more to it. If you're interested, you'll have to look for me at another time. But I don't think it's a discussion we really want to engage in, because it was very rough for us as a family. Jonathan and Emmanuel were not in Nairobi, yet people kept on coming in and telling the aides, the brother is here, he wants to come in. But we thank the security that we had on that day. So this handsome gentleman of mine, I will not go into the story you were told about the first surgery. When that first surgery, the first diagnosis took place, there was discussion to have the surgery done in Nairobi. It was the doctors in Nairobi who had recommended that he could go to Germany. And they are the ones even who arranged for us, because they said, much as it can be done in Kenya, the problem is the equipment we have. The one in Germany is much better. So to fast forward, after his first surgery, his second surgery, then that's when he started becoming a bit weak. And eventually he was admitted on the 9th of December. When he went in on 9th December, he was not going for admission. He was going for a review for an MRI. Unfortunately, they said he needed to be admitted. He stayed in, and just when he was about to be discharged, he picks a hospital infection, so they can't discharge him. So the time that when we kept on trying to get, the doctors were willing to discharge him, but just when they're about to discharge him, when he's getting better, they find he has an infection in the chest or an infection here and there. So eventually he was discharged, and he was discharged to palliative care. At this point, he was not speaking. And at that point, a Right Honorable Speaker had visited him in the ICU. At that point of ICU, he would have movements. He would respond with his hands or his eyes. And also, we received a visit from the governor of Trans Nzoia, who also